Hello students, we now continue the unit 4 of your paper 5 ring theory unit. Today I am going to cover just two results, one smaller, one little larger. Okay, only two results I am going to cover. Fine. Okay. Yesterday we have defined a simple ring. What is a simple ring? Simple ring is defined as a ring R with non-trivial multiplication. Right? It is called a simple ring if it has no proper ideals. If it has no proper ideals. Right? No proper ideals. Fine. It has no proper ideals andre it has got only improper ideals. It has got only improper ideals. Fine. What do you mean by improper ideals? Improper ideal andre only two are there. For every ring R is an ideal of R. And set consisting of 0 alone, identity element alone, is an ideal of R. So R and 0, these are the improper ideals of R. Fine. So only a ring which has only improper ideals or it has no proper ideals, that is a simple ring. We prove the proposition now. Proposition, that is any field is a simple ring. Any field is a simple ring. Okay. Simple ring alli there is no proper ideals. It has got only improper ideals. So any field or every field is a simple ring ಅಂತ prove ಮಾಡೋದು. It is equivalent to proving that a field has no proper ideals, or it is equivalent to proving that a field has got only two ideals, namely 0 and R itself. Is it clear? Every field is a simple ring ಅಂತ prove ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ you have to prove that a field has no proper ideals, or equivalently you have to prove that a field has only improper ideals. Which are the improper ideals? 0 and R. So we will proceed in this direction. Okay, fine. You take a non-zero. You take any ideal I of a field R. Let R be a field. Let R be a field. You take any ideal I of R. Okay. You also assume that I is not a zero ideal. There are two improper ideals, 0 and R. Fine. Let R be the field. Take an ideal I of R. If I is an ideal of R, I is a subset of R. I is contained in R. I will call this as equation number 1. Okay. You assume that the ideal I you are choosing is different from the 0 ideal. What is the other option left out? Other option left out is R itself. You want to prove that I is equal to R. Why? Because a field has only two ideals that are the improper ideals, that is R and 0. In order that it is a simple ring. A field simple ring ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ you have to prove that it has got only improper ideals. That is, one is R itself, other one is set consisting of 0. Suppose the ideal you are choosing, ideal of a field R you are choosing, is different from 0. So you are left with the proving that I equal to R. I equal to R you have to prove. Okay. Since I is not a zero ideal ಅಂದರೆ generated by 0. ಈ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಹಾಕಿದರೆ generated by 0. A set generated by 0 consists of only 0. Okay. Set generated by 0. Generated ಅಂದರೆ produced. Generated means every member should be a multiple of 0. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಎ ಸೆಟ್ ಜನರೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಝೀರೋ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಹೀಗೆ ಬರೀತೇವೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ಆ್ಯಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೇವೆ. ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ರೀಡ್ ದಿಸ್? ಸೆಟ್ ಜನರೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಝೀರೋ. It is set of all elements of the form 0 into x, where x belongs to R. The element should be a multiple of 0. Multiple of 0 andre it is only possibility 0 only. It consists of only 0. Set generated by 0 consists of only 0. 2 is not a multiple of 0. 2 is a multiple of 1. 100 is not a multiple of 0. 100 is a multiple of 1. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ generated by 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. But 0 is the only element which is a multiple of 0. So, multiple of 0 it is the set consisting of only 0. That's fine. If I is the ideal of R, I is the ideal of R, which is different from 0 ideal, right? Which is not generated by 0, then you have to prove that I is equal to R and the prove on. Already I is an ideal of R. An ideal is a subset of R. Therefore, I is a subset of R. Okay? You want to show other inequality. You want to prove that R is contained in I. I is already contained in R. If R is also contained in I, then I is equal to R. That's what you want to prove. Okay. Fine. Since I is not a zero ideal, show that there are non-zero element in I. That A not equal to 0 belongs to I. I is a subset of R, right? I is a subset of R, therefore your A also belongs to R. A not equal to 0 belongs to R. What is R? R is a field. What do you mean by field? Field is a commutative ring with the unity in which every non-zero element has got multiplicative inverse. A field is a commutative ring with the unity in which every non-zero element has got multiplicative inverse. Since R is a field, the multiplicative inverse of A exists. That is, there exists some A dash belongs to R such that A into A dash equal to A dash into A is equal to 1. Fine? Okay. Multiplicative inverse exists. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, now A belongs to I, A belongs to I, and A dash belongs to R, one element in I, other element in R, then their product belongs to I because I is an ideal of R. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ideal definition ನೋಡುವ. When do you say that I is an ideal of R? I is an ideal of R under two conditions. I is a subgroup of R under addition. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಿನ್ನೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ. For all A, B belongs to I implies A minus B belongs to I. ಇದು ಒಂದು. Second one, ideal ಅಂದರೆ two sided ideal, ಅದು left ideal as well as right ideal. For every A belongs to I and R belongs to R, this implies R on the left RA, R on the right AR, both the products belongs to I. So left ideal as well as right ideal is an ideal. Final. Okay. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಐ ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂದ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್, the product belongs to I because I is an ideal. Since I is an ideal of R, the product belongs to I. What is the product of the two? It is 1. The multiplicative identity 1. The product is 1. That is 1 belongs to I. 1 belongs to I. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಫೈನಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರುವ. You take any R belongs to, for any R belongs to R, any ಅಂದರೆ arbitrary. You are having two sets here. ಒಂದು R, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು I. For any R belongs to R, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ R ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. R belongs to R, this box. Right? What is R? R could be written as R into 1. ಈ R into 1 ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ R ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ I ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ I ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಐಡಿಯಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್. choose one element in I, another element in R. Their product RA or AR. It belongs to I. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 belongs to I, 1 belongs to I, R belongs to R. So their product belongs to I. Right? Product belongs to I. For any R belongs to R, for any R belongs to R, this R also belongs to I. Right? I repeat it here. Any R belongs to R implies that R also belongs to I. In the first box, you are picking R. R is an arbitrary member of the first set. This member also belongs to I. Since R is arbitrary, every member of the first set is contained in the second. That is the conclusion you are drawing. How do you show that one set is contained in the other set? Take an arbitrary member of the first set, show that it also belongs to I. Take an arbitrary member of the first set, show that that member also belongs to I. Then we conclude that R is contained in I. Right? So R is contained in I. Already I is contained in R. I is a subset of R. I is an ideal of R. R is contained in I. Call this as 2. I is contained in R and R is contained in I. Combining this, I is equal to R. Right? So what you have shown, if I is a non-zero ideal of R, then I is equal to R. Right? Therefore, I is an improper ideal. The only choice for improper ideal is either 0 or R. If you assume that I is not a zero ideal, you have to prove that I equal to R. So you are proving that I is equal to R. Right? Hence, your ring is a simple ring. A field is a simple ring. R is a field. You are assuming that R is a field. Any field is a simple ring. Therefore, any field is a simple ring. You are proving that any field is a simple ring. Fine? Okay. You are proving that any field is a simple ring by showing that it has got only improper ideals. Which are the improper ideals? 0 and R. Two choices are there. When two choices are there, if you reject one choice, it should be the other one. If you are not opting the first one, second one must follow. If I is not a zero ideal, you need to show that I is equal to R. Right? I is equal to R. That's fine. So we are proving that I is equal to R. Therefore, a field is a simple ring. Simple ring andre ring which has no proper ideals. A ring which has no proper ideals andre a ring which has got only improper ideals. Fine? It has got only improper ideals. We come to the second result. Okay. The second result, proposition. It is an essay type question, all time important. Very, very important. 6 mark question, university question. Right? What does the statement have? Statement says, if R is a commutative ring with unity, R is a commutative ring with unity. Unity ಅಂದರೆ presence of identity element. Unity ಅಂದರೆ 1 belongs to R. 1 belongs to R. If R is a commutative ring with unity, right, which is a simple ring, right, then R is a field and the prove mandiki. R is a field, right? If R is a commutative ring with unity, which is a simple ring, prove that R is a field. Prove that R is a field. So okay. Today, what are the hypothesis says? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೂಫಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಪಾಥಿಸ್ ಡೇಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂತ ಉಂಟು? ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕಾಮಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಉಂಟು, 1 ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಆರ್ ಉಂಟು. ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಮಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎ ಇಂಟು ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇಂಟು ಎ. ಕಾಮಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎ ಇಂಟು ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇಂಟು ಎ. ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಎ ಕೊಮ ಬಿ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಆರ್, ಕಾಮಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಉಂಟು. 1 ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಆರ್, ಯೂನಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ the only ideals of R are improper ideals, namely ideal generated by 0 and R itself. Only ideals of R are this. Fine. So ಇಷ್ಟು ಎಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ you have to prove that R is a field. What is a field? Field is a commutative ring with unity. Commutative ring with unity in which every non-zero element has got multiplicative inverse. Every non-zero element has got multiplicative inverse. ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವೇನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ನಾನ್ ಝೀರೋ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ say there exists another element, say b belongs to R such that a into b is equal to 1 ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. You have to prove that multiplicative inverse exists for every non-zero member. Commutative ring with unity, it is already there in the statement, so you need to check multiplicative inverse only. Okay, therefore in the proof of this theorem we are going to do one thing. Let us take an element A belongs to R. Assume that A is not equal to 0. Right? In the first half of the proof, we are going to consider a set RA. What is set RA? Set RA andre ring RA. It is set consisting of all elements which are multiples of A. A multiple x into A formally x belongs to R. Consider this set. Consider the set RA. RA is equal to set of all XA where X belongs to R. Fine. What do you want to show? You want to show that first we want to show that RA is an ideal of R ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. RA is an ideal of R. For proving that RA is an ideal of R, you have to check two conditions. ಒಂದು, for all x comma y belongs to RA, you have to show that x minus y belongs to RA. X minus y belongs to RA to establish what? RA is a subgroup of R under addition. RA is a subgroup of R under addition. Please study yesterday's topic. It is we have discussed this condition. RA is a subgroup of R under addition. How to prove that RA is a subgroup of R under addition? For any two members of RA, x minus y belongs to RA. Now hege ಹೇಳಿದೆವು ನೋಡಿ, AB inverse belongs to H. What is B inverse under addition? Under addition it is minus B. Right? A minus B belongs to H. For all xy belongs to RA, x minus y belongs to RA, you have to prove. In order to prove that RA is a subgroup of R under addition. Second one, for all R belongs to R and X belongs to RA, the product of the type R on the left and R on the right, is the left ideal, is the right ideal, both should belongs to RA. ಇದು ಎರಡು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. You have to verify both the conditions. Okay. We have to verify condition 1 and condition 2 of the definition of an ideal. Fine? Condition 1 and condition 2 of the definition of an ideal. Okay. We proceed for verifying the first condition. Okay. What is RA? I repeat, RA is set of all x into A where x belongs to R. A is a non-zero member belongs to R. Okay. First condition check ಮಾಡುವ. You want to prove that this is an ideal of R. Ideal of R ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. First condition, that x comma y belongs to RA. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, every member of this set is of the form x into A. So your x is of the form R1A ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ, R1A. Right? Y is of the form R2 into A. X into A, something into A, where R1 comma R2 belongs to R. Fine? Please calculate the difference, x minus y. It is R1A minus R2A, or it is R1 minus R2 R1 minus R2 into A, ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನು R dash ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, R dash into A, where R dash equal to R1 minus R2, it belongs to R because R is an abelian group under addition. R is an abelian group under addition. Closure law is there, inverse law is there, right? Therefore R1 minus R2 belongs to R. Fine. Your x minus y is a multiple of A. X minus y is a multiple of A. Any multiple of A idre, it belongs to RA. A multiple of A belongs to RA. So this implies x minus y belongs to RA. This is the condition 1 of ideal definition. For any two members of RA, the difference belongs to RA. That is, RA is a subgroup of R under addition. RA is a subgroup of R under addition. Fine. So this is the first condition. This is done. Second condition, bro. You take R belongs to R and X belongs to RA. If X belongs to RA, X ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು? Something into A form. It is R1A, where R1 belongs to R. Fine. If X belongs to RA, it should be a multiple of A. Okay. Now, what is R into X? R on the left ಬೇಕು, R on the right ಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ. R into X ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. R into X is, X ಅಂದರೆ R1A. X is R1A. Use your associative law. Associative law is a defining axiom of a ring. ಅದು R into R1 into A. Shall I write this as R dash ಅಥವಾ R1 dash into A? What is R1 dash? R1 dash is R into R1. By closure law, it belongs to R. By closure law, under multiplication, for all AB belongs to R, A into B belongs to R. So by closure law, it belongs to R. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ R1 dash A ಅಂದರೆ it is a multiple of A. ಇದು multiple of A where R1 dash belongs to R ಅಂದರೆ this element belongs to RA. The right hand side belongs to RA. Right? Right hand side belongs to RA, which implies R into X belongs to RA. Can we also conclude that X into R belongs to RA? Yes, we can conclude because R is commutative. Since R is commutative, fine, X into R is also belongs to RA. Okay. So both the products Rx, R on the left and R on the right, both the products belongs to RA. Call this is 2. So from 1 and 2, RA is an ideal of R. RA is an ideal of R. Okay, RA is an ideal of R. But what type of ideal R has? R has got only 2 types of ideal, 0 and R, because it is a simple ring. Right? As R is a simple ring, R has got only 2 ideals, either R itself or ideal generated by 0. Either R itself or generated by 0. Okay. So we have not considered the first case. You have taken non-zero elements in R. Fine. RA cannot be 0 ideal because there are non-zero members there. Right? As there are non-zero members, since A not equal to 0 belongs to RA, it follows that RA cannot be the 0 ideal. Okay, please understand 2 things. We have proved that RA is an ideal of R, but R has got only 2 ideals, namely 0 ideal and R itself. But R cannot be 0 ideal because RA cannot be 0 ideal as RA contains non-zero elements in it. Therefore, RA must be equal to R. As the ring R has got, being a simple ring, it has got only 2 ideals, and the first one is not possible, it should be the second one. What do you mean by saying that RA equal to R? RA equal to R andre every member of R is also a multiple of A. It is of the form XA, where X belongs to R. Every member of R is also a multiple of A. Every member ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದು, ಯು ಆರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ವಾಟ್? ಯೂನಿಟಿ. R contains unit element, right? Since R contains unit element, since 1 belongs to R, your 1 should be a multiple of A. 1 should be multiple of A andre. Let me write 1 equal to B into A for some B belongs to R. For some B not equal to 0 belongs to R. By saying that B into A equal to 1, what do you mean? B is a multiplicative inverse of A. B is a multiplicative inverse of A. Multiplicative inverse of A. So what you are proving? You are proving that every non-zero element of R has got multiplicative inverse. Every non-zero element of R has got multiplicative inverse, and hence R is a field. Hence R is a field. Okay? R is a field. This is a proof of the theorem. It is one of the very, very important theorem. Very important proposition. Fine. What is the statement? Statement of the proposition is that if R is a commutative ring, if R is a commutative ring with unity, which is a simple ring, then R is a field ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. R is a field. R is a field. Commutative ring with unity ಉಂಟು. Simple ring ಅಂದರೆ it has got only two ideals, that is improper ideals, ideals generated by 0 and R. R is a commutative ring with unity having only two ideals, namely 0 and R, that are the improper ideals. There is no proper ideal for a simple ring, in which case you have to prove that R is a field. By the definition of a field is a commutative ring with unity in which every non-zero element has got multiplicative inverse. Commutative ring with unity is assured here. Therefore, it remains to show that every non-zero element of R has got multiplicative inverse in R. Okay? In order to do this job, you have taken a set, namely RA. What is set RA? Set of all elements of the form XA, where X belongs to R. First, you are showing that RA is an ideal of R. You are proving that RA is an ideal of R. Okay, this you are done by checking condition 1 and condition 2 of the ideal definition. After proving that RA is an ideal of R, what is your claim? Every ideal of R, it is either R or 0. But you are taking RA is a non-zero ideal. A not equal to 0 belongs to RA equal to 3. Not equal to 0 belongs to RA. RA contains non-zero elements. Therefore, RA cannot be a zero ideal. So, RA must be equal to R anta conclude martira. You are concluding that RA equal to R. So, every member of R is a multiple of A bantu. Every member of R is a multiple of A. Okay. So, in particular, unity, 1 also belongs to R. So, 1 is a multiple of A andre 1 equal to some B into A, where B belongs to R, some B belongs to R. What do you mean by this? B is a multiplicative inverse of A. For every non-zero member of R, multiplicative inverse exists, and hence R is a field is the conclusion. With that, we are proving the theorem. So, just two theorems I have placed here in today's session. Study it thoroughly, okay, carefully, and then you write your notes. Okay, we'll meet in the next session. Thank you.